Hey everyone, it's Max. Welcome back for another strength and stability flow. If you've done any of the previous strength and stability flows with me, then you already know what to expect. And if you're just joining me for the first time, this will be a short class. We're going to work on challenging your physical strength, maybe bringing in a little bit of calisthenics movements into our yoga practice. So we'll be breathing gently and slowly throughout this practice, but we'll be pushing ourselves and challenging ourselves with the strength and the stability. So just a reminder before we get started, if anything hurts, if there's any physical pain, especially in your joints, then just back off. Listen to your body, trust yourself with this practice, and make sure you're not causing yourself any physical pain. If there's just some discomfort, or if it's like you feel your strength is wavering at any point, then that's where you want to maybe push through a little bit more. Additionally, if you are feeling like at any point during the class, wow, this is way too hard, I just can't do this, no worries. The class is meant to be challenging, it's meant to be hard, so just do your best and know that your effort is moving you in the right direction. So let's go ahead and get started. With that being said, find a comfortable seat. We'll be here for just a moment to get started. So any positions that's comfortable for you. Lengthen through your spine. Maybe just gently tucking the chin. Close down the eyes if that feels comfortable for you. And let's take 3 deep cleansing breaths. So exhale everything out, and then inhale through the nose, filling all the way up. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Again, inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Last one, inhaling all the way through the nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out. You can seal the lips, continue breathing in and out through the nose, and we'll take a moment here at the beginning to just set our intention. So what type of energy do you want to bring to the class? Why are you working here with me today? What would you like to get out of this? Just take a moment to yourself. And then you can gently blink open the eyes, and we'll meet on our hands and knees in our tabletop position to start with the warm-up. So bringing the palms flat on the mat, spread your fingers, bring your shoulders directly over your wrists and your hips right over your knees, and we'll start with some cat-cow. So inhale, arching the back, looking up, and as you exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale to arch and look up. Exhale to round. Flow through that a few times on your own. Breathing in and out through the nose throughout our class, and syncing your movements with your breath. So keeping that steady pace of the breath. Coming back to the neutral tabletop, find any organic movement so you can roll through your torso. You can move your hips in big circles here. Just take a moment to feel into your body today. Maybe noticing any stiff areas, or just being aware and mindful of maybe any injuries that you have that you want to work around. But loosening up through the spine, through the whole body. And then coming back to your neutral tabletop. Let's warm up the wrists. So let's tuck the toes under and bring the hands, palms still on the mat, but slide them a little bit closer to your knees. And then gently rocking forward and backwards. Maybe rocking side to side. And then let's take some circles. So just rolling through the wrists in circles in one direction, and then switching sides, switching directions. And then gently walking the hands back out into our tabletop. We'll flip the hands around so the fingers point back towards the knees. You're welcome to do one hand at a time or go ahead and do both. Again, be careful with this one. You can, this one gets intense a little bit quicker, so just feel into your body. But again, you can gently lean backwards. You can sway side to side. I like to bend one elbow and lift the palm of that hand, and then maybe switch sides and bend the other elbow, going back and forth a few times. Keeping the steady breath. And then when you're ready, gently releasing, bringing the back of the hands onto the mat. Spin the ditches of your elbows so they're pointing forward. And then again, you can sway side to side, rock backward and forward. And then gently releasing, coming back into our tabletop. Engage the core by pulling the belly button to the spine. We'll take some hip circles. So keeping the right leg bent to lift it behind you. And then we'll draw big circles with the right knee. See if you can keep the rest of your body stationary as you find big, slow circles with the right hip, moving that right knee. And then switching directions. So we're warming up the hip joint, lubricating through the hip joint. Also just starting to wake up the core a little bit. Gently set the knee down. We'll switch sides. So re-engage the core, lift the left leg, finding circles on this side. And then switching directions. And then gently releasing the left knee back to the mat. So again, bring your attention back to your hands, your palms. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Palms are flat on the mat. Engage your core. And then we'll step it back into our plank position. So readjust your hands to however you need to. And we're in our high plank. So pulling the belly button upward towards the spine. Engage your glutes a little bit. Give your glutes a little bit of a squeeze. Continue with your breathing. See if you can keep that breath steady throughout. On your next inhale, shift forward. So you're shifting your shoulders over your wrists a little bit more. Breathing, gripping your fingertips down, strong hands. Breathing here. And then we'll shift back into the normal plank. And let's try our 3-limbed plank. So try to keep your whole body stationary here. On an inhale, lifting your left leg. Exhale, hold here. Inhale. And as you exhale, setting down the right leg. Inhale, lift the left leg, holding here. Exhale, drop the left foot. Again, try to stay stationary with the rest of your body. Inhale, left arm lifts, grabbing, hold, bringing the left hand to your right shoulder. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, right arm comes to the left shoulder. Exhale, right hand down. We'll do the right arm again. So inhale, right arm lifts to the left shoulder. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left hand lifts to the right shoulder. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, lower. On your exhale, pushing it back into your down dog. Generous bend in the knees here. And then you can bend one leg as you straighten the other. Let's find stillness in our down dog for a moment. And then we'll set up to do some inverted push-ups. So you can imagine as if you're doing handstand push-ups, or if you know about dolphin pose, doing some dolphin push-ups. So we'll first start in this down dog position. So see if you can keep your elbows hugging in. We don't want the elbows to flare out. And we'll just lower our elbows down towards the mat as we lower the top of our head towards the mat, and then pushing back up. Nice, so that was one. Let's do one more. Exhale to push it back. So you can stay here. If this is like enough for you, then stay here. If you want to take it a little bit further, then just tiptoe both of your feet forward just maybe 1 or 2 inches. Let's reset here. Inhale to lower, keeping the elbows in tight. Exhale to push. We'll do one more here. Inhale to lower. Exhale to push. All right, again, you can stay here, or you can tiptoe the feet again and another inch or 2 forward. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, push. Inhale, lower. Exhale, push. Let's walk the feet back into our down dog. And then bend the knees, step onto the toes. And as you exhale, step your right foot out towards the right edge of the mat. And then the left foot can follow, coming to the left edge of the mat. And we'll find our malasana, or yoga squat. So find the version that works for you. You can lift the heels. You can bring your elbows inside your knees, finding length through the spine. Lifting the crown of the head up. See if you can slow the breathing back down. Maybe swaying side to side. And then on your next exhale, we'll lower down onto the butt. So find a seated position. Let's bring our legs out long in front of us. So both legs are long and straight. We'll keep the knees totally straight and we'll point the toes. Bringing the hands down. Let's bring the hands down, fingertips down on either side of the legs. Sitting up nice and tall. Engage the core. And then as you inhale, we'll lift the right leg, keeping it straight. And let's find some circles with that right leg. If this is too much, you can always lean back a little bit more. That helps. But if not, try to stay nice and upright as you find circles with that right leg, keeping the right leg straight. And then switch directions with the circles. Getting into the core, into the quad, into the hip flexors here. And then we'll gently release the right leg down. And we'll go to the other side. So sit up nice and tall, reset. On an inhale, lifting the left leg, and then finding circles with the left leg. Keeping the left leg straight. Trying to sit up tall. Keeping the core engaged. and then switch directions. And then gently releasing. Let's move on to our back. So we'll roll onto the back. Bend the knees, keeping the shins parallel to the floor for now to start. So we'll see if you can get your lower back into the floor. So we don't want a space for this one in between our lower back and the floor. So rounding your back a little bit to get that lower back pressed into the floor. Lift the shoulders. Tuck the tailbone to lift your tailbone off the mat. So you may already start to feel some core engagement. If this is enough, you can stay here, maybe bringing the arms out with the palms facing upward. See if you can look up towards the ceiling and lift your chest. So we're starting on this hollow body, so your core is engaged, pulling that belly button in. Looking towards the ceiling, lifting the chest. Fine to stay here. If you want to go to the next level, straighten the legs. From here, lower the legs down as much as you can while you keep your lower back still onto the mat. Again, lifting the chest, looking towards the ceiling, breathing. We'll stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Gently release. You can lower the head back down onto the mat, maybe rock side to side, just releasing a little bit of that tension. And then let's bring the soles of the feet down onto the mat. Actually, let's rock up so we're seated first. Then bring the soles of the feet down onto the mat, and we'll set up for our reverse tabletop. So let's position the palms down onto the mat underneath the shoulders with the fingers pointing back towards the feet. On an inhale, lift the hips, squeezing through the glutes. So squeeze your butt to lift your hips. You may notice a stretch in the front of your shoulders. We're also strengthening through the back of the body, squeezing those glutes to lift the hips, breathing here, making sure your knees don't come apart from each other, so they don't need to be touching, but just keeping the knees parallel to each other. And then exhale to slowly come down onto the hips and release. You can roll through your wrists a little bit if you're feeling that in your wrists. And then we'll set up to do that one more time with a little bit of a variation this time. So soles of the feet flat on the floor again. Position your palms, get comfortable, and then we'll inhale to lift the hips. Continue to breathe here, so we're in our reverse tabletop. If this is enough for you, feel free to stay. Otherwise, we will do kind of a mirror image of what we did in our seated position. So, again, engage the glutes, lift the hips. This time, lift your right leg. Right leg is straight. And we'll find some circles with the right leg. See if you can keep the rest of your body stationary and stable. And then reverse the direction of your circle. Nice, release that right foot back down. Lift the left leg. Keep the left leg straight. Find some circles here. So your leg that's down, we're strengthening through your glute and your hamstring. And then the leg that's up, we're working through your hip flexor. Switch direction of your circle. And we're also getting into the core. All right, release, left foot comes down. Squeeze the glutes to lift the hips one last time. And then as you exhale, lowering down onto the butt. Come up onto the feet, leaning forward, and then we'll find our forward fold. You can grab hold of opposite elbows, sway side to side. Again, slowing the breath down, breathing through the nose. You can shake your head, no. Nod your head, yes. Seeing what it feels like to relax your jaw, relax your neck and shoulders. And then on your next exhale, releasing the hands back down towards the mat. Inhale to lift halfway, finding a flat back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, lower. We'll do that once more. Inhale, half lift. Flat back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, lower. Inhale, roll it all the way up to standing, reaching up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Great job. We'll get into a little bit of a flow. As you inhale, bend your knees, fingertips brush the mat, find your chair position. So you're sitting nice and low like you're on a chair. As you inhale, arms come up. And as you exhale, arms wave behind you, lift onto your toes. Inhale, lower the heels, arms come up. Exhale, wave the arms back, come onto the toes. Inhale, arms come up, lower the heels. Exhale, wave the arms back, lift onto the toes. Inhale, coming back, setting the heels down. And as you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, squeeze those shoulders together. Exhale, stepping back into high plank. Inhale to shift your weight forward, and we'll do a double push-up here. Exhale, lowering through your chaturanga, lowering down. Inhale, pushing back up to plank. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, finding your cobra or your up dog. Exhale for down dog. Walk the feet together. On an inhale, lifting the right leg up behind you for three-legged dog. And as you exhale, bring the right knee to the right elbow, shifting your weight forward. Inhale, lifting back up for three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale to shift forward, right knee to left elbow. Inhale for three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. And then slowly stepping that right foot in between your hands. Inhale, rise up into your high lunge so you're on the ball of your back foot. Bring your left hip forward and your right hip back. Engage your core. Lift the arms, but unshrug your shoulders. So lower the shoulders from the ears. Breathing here. Inhale. And on your exhale, open into warrior two. Inhale. And as you exhale, sinking a little bit deeper into your warrior two, into your front knee. On an inhale, reverse your warrior. So right arm lifts overhead, reaching back. And as you exhale, cartwheel the hands down, placing the palms back onto the mat. Step back into your high plank. And again with our double chaturanga push-up. So exhale, lowering down. Inhale to push up. Exhale to lower down. Inhale, finding your up dog or your cobra. And as you exhale, finding your down dog. Let's take two more of those cleansing breaths here. So exhale everything out. Then inhale through the nose, filling all the way up. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Once more, inhale, filling all the way up. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Bend your knees, come high into the toes, and as you exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rising up, reaching up. Exhale, hands to heart center. As you inhale, bend your knees, fingertips brush the mat, find your chair pose. Inhale to reach the arms. Exhale, wave them back as you come onto the toes. Inhale, lower the heels, reach the arms. Exhale, wave it back, lift the heels. Inhale, reaching forward, heels come down. Exhale, wave it back, heels come up. Inhale for your chair again. Exhale to fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, stepping it back into your high plank. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhale, lowering for the double push-up. Inhale, back to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Walk the feet together. On your inhale, left leg lifts for three-legged dog. Exhale, shift it forward, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, shift forward, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Gently, slowly step that left foot forward between the hands. Inhale, come up into your high lunge on the ball of the back foot. Breathing here. Tighten up through your posture. So engage your core. Left hip pulls back, right hip pulls forward. Reach the arms up, but lower the shoulders. On your exhale, opening into your warrior two. And on your next exhale, sinking a little bit lower into your front knee. Inhale to reverse your warrior, left arm reaches up and over. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, placing the palms down, stepping the left foot back into our plank. Inhale to shift forward. Exhale, lowering for the first push-up. Inhale, back to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Take a breath here. On an inhale, bend your knees, come high onto your toes. Exhale to step forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising up, reaching up. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, standing at the top of the mat. Open up to the side, finding wide-legged stance. Point the toes away from each other, and we'll find our goddess position. So lowering the hips down, toes are pointed in opposite directions. Bring the hands to the knees, inhale to lift up. Exhale, lowering the right shoulder towards the left knee. Inhale, rise. Exhale, left shoulder lowers towards the right knee. Inhale, rise. Exhale, right shoulder towards the left knee. Inhale, rise. Exhale, left shoulder towards the right knee. Inhale, back to your goddess. Let's bring hands to heart center. And let's take a moment to really squeeze our heels together as if we're trying to scrunch the mat up in between our feet. And then on your next exhale, you can straighten the legs. Let's bring our feet parallel so all our toes are facing in the right or in the same direction. And we'll find our skater lunge. So bending through your left knee, shifting your weight over towards your left. Right arm comes forward as if you're ice skating. Let's move really slow and smoothly, keeping our hips low. So switching sides, left leg straightens, bending into your right knee. Inhale to switch. Exhale here. Inhale, switching sides over to the right side. Exhale. Breathing. Switching sides. You can go at your own pace with your breath. Try to move nice and slow and smooth, keeping your hips low. Come back up, release. We'll step back to the top of the mat. As you inhale, bend the knees, fingertips brush the mat, find your chair pose. Let's bring our hands to heart center here, breathing. Inhale. And as you exhale, left elbow comes to the outside of your right knee. See if you can find a little bit of that cobra position. So back bend in the upper back, reaching your sternum towards your thumbs. Breathe. Inhale to release, coming back to chair. And as you exhale, right elbow comes to the outside of the left knee, finding your twisted chair. As you inhale, coming back to chair. Exhale to fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, stepping it back into high plank. Inhale, shift forward. And again, our last of the push-ups. Exhale to lower. Inhale, back to your plank. And this time, exhale, slowly lower all the way onto the belly. Bring your palms on the mat directly underneath your shoulders. And we'll find some cobra lifts using our back strength. So we're not going to push. We're not going to use our arms to push us up. We're using our backs to pull ourselves up. So on your next inhale, lifting your upper body. Exhale, wave it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. This time as you lift, look over the right shoulder. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, look over the left shoulder. Exhale, lower. This time, bring your feet together. Inhale, lifting the upper body. Then lift the feet, lifting the legs, squeezing through the glutes. Let's lift the palms off the mat, squeezing the elbows together behind the upper back. So I always like to get these lifts, these back strengtheners in. Sometimes we forget about strengthening the back with all the core work that we do. So if you want to stay here, lifting through your your locust pose, that's fine. If you want to go a little bit further, inhale to reach the arms overhead. Exhale, pull like you're doing a pull-up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull. Inhale to reach. Exhale, pull. Inhale to lift everything. Exhale, lowering down. Push up onto your knees. And find your child's pose. So you can have the knees together. I like to have my knees apart, big toes coming together. Lowering the hips towards my heels, reaching the palms forward, and then gently lowering my forehead down onto the mat. See if you can slow down the breath. Can you reconnect to your intention that you set at the beginning of class? Strength is about overcoming resistance, about overcoming obstacles, about making the hard choice when
it is the right choice. Strength is physical strength, but it's also this mental strength. It can be very easy to be unkind. It can be easy to be impatient. So it's the strong choice to be kind, to have patience, to act from a place of love in a world that can be quite chaotic. So on our mat here, we're cultivating that physical strength so we can do our push-ups and our planks and all that fun stuff. But we want to see if we can bring some of this strength with us off of our mat into the rest of our day, into the rest of our life, by showing some kindness and compassion and operating from a place of love. So I thank you for showing up to put in this work with me today. I really appreciate you bringing your energy to the practice. You can make your way to Shavasana if that feels good, or you can stay in your child's pose, getting this grounding energy. I'm going to close our class now, and I hope to see you again soon on the mat. May we open to awareness for the benefit of all beings.